So this video is basically how to survive after you graduate and how to build a great resume in order to get that job that you really, really want. Let's get started. Everybody, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever it is that you see this. I'm Miss Adri and I'm here to teach you some stuff. Like I said in the intro, this video is all about what happens after you graduate and how to build that great resume to get the job that you want. So let's get started. All right, so you're about to graduate. Now what? You know, graduation can sometimes feel both liberating and terrifying, but you know what? The future is yours to shape. But sometimes you ask yourself, where do I go from here? What's going to happen next? Well, what you need to do is to make a plan. It doesn't have to be an elaborate 50-page, 100-page plan that will detail everything that's going to happen after you graduate, but just something enough that makes you feel like you are in control. Maybe your next step is to go to the university. Maybe your next step is to work in the field of study. Maybe your next step is that you don't want to keep studying and you want to enter the job market or just explore what you want to do with your life. And you know what? That is completely okay. And another thing that is completely okay is to graduate wanting one thing and then going towards another path. When I graduated high school, I actually wanted to be a journalist. And then when I was around my sophomore year, junior year, I decided because I didn't want to be a journalist anymore and I decided that I wanted to be a teacher. And you know what? That's completely okay too. So, Steve Jobs once said, the only way to do great work is to love what you do. If you haven't found it yet, keep looking. This means that sometimes we think that we've found that thing that really fills our soul or fills our heart, but maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. Maybe it does for a little while, and then you need to look for something else. And you know what? That's completely all right as well, because the future is infinite. And if not now, when? All right. So, how do you survive after high school or after the university? You need to start by getting your finances in order. If you don't have a bank account, you need to get one as soon as you turn 18 or as soon as possible and start getting your money in order. It's very important that you stay away from getting too many credit cards. Credit cards are only for emergencies. I know that sometimes stores like American Eagle and Old Navy will try to sell you something else, and they are good for other things, but you have to be careful because the more credit cards you get, the more money you actually have to pay in the long run. So try to only get maybe one or two just to have it around for emergencies. And also make sure that you have some extra cash stored away in a sock drawer, in a piggy bank. I have a piggy bank myself, in a shoebox. That way, if there's an emergency, you have cash on hand. Very important as well. You need to get a part-time job or a full-time job if you're able to. It's always good to have different job experiences, even if they don't have to do with what you studied, because it will make you a better rounded person or well-rounded person. Some people might think like, oh, but I want to work in what I'm going to study. And you know what? Yes, that would be excellent if you get that opportunity. But if you don't, that's all right. Some of the most successful people on this planet started working behind the counter of McDonald's or frying some burger patties or fries at Wendy's. And then now they're CEOs and they're on the top of the world. So maybe you're that next person. And the last thing is make sure that you buy yourself 2 to 3 professional outfits for interviews. I will touch upon professional outfits in another video. So how do we build a great resume? Well, first of all, resumes are divided into 5 important parts. Now modern day resumes are divided into other things, but these is the basic ones. We have contact information, education, skills, job experiences, and references. Like I said, in some resume templates that you'll find nowadays, they don't put the section of references, they put hobbies, because usually you will be asked for references once you fill out a job application, but it's also important for you to know that this is one of the main parts that a resume composes. Now, when you fill out a resume or you create your own resume, all of these different components might be in different order. Contact information is always going to be at the top because that's how recruiters will be able to contact you. But education might be at the top, skills might be at the top, job experiences might be at the top. You might find skills on one side, you might find skills on the other side. It doesn't matter as long as you know that these are the most important parts and the main parts of a resume. All right. So contact information includes your name, your address, and this is very important that you start learning your address because once you start filling out job applications, it will come up very often. You need to have an email, and your email should be professional. You can include your name and your last name or a sequence of numbers. Here we have some examples. I put juan.delpueblo.pueblo juan.del.pueblo@gmail.com. Something like that is fine. You can also have Petunia Gonzalez altogether at gmail.com. It really doesn't matter as long as your resume isn't something that is not professional. You shouldn't put nicknames like your gaming nickname, your YouTube nicknames. No, like here, your job is to come out as professional and as savvy as possible. And if you don't have this professional email yet, you need to set it up immediately. And your phone number. Phone number, why? Well, because they need to be able to call you to set up that interview. A lot of other resumes might also include in the contact information your Twitter feed. You can include that if you want. It might ask you for an online portfolio. This is great for people that are artists. If you're into graphic design, if you are into drawing, you can create an online portfolio and put it upon your resume, and that's great. And it might also ask you for your LinkedIn web page, and you can include that as well. All right, so education. We'll ask what high school you attended or attend if you're still in high school. You need to include your graduation year, your future graduation year, if this is that you are not going to graduate soon. And you should include your GPA, but your GPA is not necessarily, shall we say, a requirement, because usually you should include your GPA if your GPA is, let's say, 3.5 or up. You should also include the university that you're planning to attend. You need to include your major and your approximate graduation year. If you're not going to study at the university quite yet, all you have to do is put where you graduated from high school. And once you're in your sophomore or junior year of college, you can eliminate the high school where you graduated from and just leave your college or university details. So your skills. Your skills are the things that you actually, truly, and truthfully know how to do. What computer programs or digital programs do you know how to use? Do you know how to use Word? Do you know how to use Publisher? Do you know how to work with Google Suite? Are you savvy in YouTube? Here we have an example of what a completed resume actually looks like. Here we have the contact information of the sample resume. This person's name is Juana del Pueblo. Here we have her address, her phone number, and her professional email. This type of resume is actually my preferred type of resume since it goes from skills, experience, and education. Here, we see that Juana is fully bilingual. She's able to work under minimum supervision. She has knowledge of Microsoft Office and Google Suite. She's also a creative and innovative thinker. If you see, there's not too much vocabulary. It's not too long. It's not too short. The way this person described her skills. Here, let me scroll down just a little bit. I scrolled down a little bit too much. Here we have her experiences. We see that currently she's working as a manager at a place called Cuatro Puertas. And here are the responsibilities that she has. If you notice, since this is written in the present, this is written in the present because it is her current job. Her verbs are written in the present, but when we go a little bit down to her other work experiences, they're all written in the past because these are old jobs. These are jobs that she is no longer a part of. Following down, we have her education. We see that she's pursuing a bachelor's degree in marketing, and she will be graduating approximately in May 2024. Her high school diploma was obtained from Academia San Jorge in San Juan, Puerto Rico. This means this resume, what it's showing is that since she was a recent high school graduate, it's still not time for her to eliminate the high school she went to. And I just noticed that I made a mistake, but we can fix it. You always have to make sure that you put where your university is here. This is the part where usually you could put the references, but in this template, we see that it gives a space for hobbies. You can always change it so that it says references and you put it references available upon request, but you can put hobbies. That's fine. That demonstrates that you have outside interest. Sometimes your outside interest can help you within the current job position that you are searching for. So it's really up to you if you put hobbies, if you put references, if you don't want to put anything, but it is also important to know that you should mention something else that goes beyond your education, your skills, and your job experiences, because again, this shows that you are a well-rounded individual. Today is how to find the different resume templates in either Word or Google Docs. There's a bunch of other websites that actually have resume builders, but I'm just going to show you the ones that I use in my classroom. So you open up Word and you go to More Templates. And since now here we have the different templates, as you can see, I have some examples of resumes already here because I was updating my resume. But most of the time this won't come out. So all you have to do is type in resume. You wait for the different templates to come out. And here you have all the different types of resumes that exist. We have a blue-gray one, we have a modern chronological one, etc. These are a new modality. These are ones where you can actually include your picture, which I think is fantastic because that way, once you go into the interview, the recruiter will immediately know who you are. Here we have some other ones. Hope I'm not going too fast. And let's see, I'm going to pick this one just for fun. The good thing about this, if you have the latest Word update, it might help you fix your resume, but if you don't, that's all right. So here we have the different parts, and literally all you have to do is click and fill it out. Here I put my name. Here I put my different profession, the link to other onlines. Here I would put my website or my online portfolio. Here it gives you the option of only 2 job experiences, but you can always expand that. Here, this type of resume actually, as I was saying, gives you the skills on one side, the education. This one is a new thing to see because here you have parts of the contact information, and once you scroll down to the bottom of the page, here you actually have the email, your Twitter handle, your telephone, and your LinkedIn URL. You can always put your LinkedIn URL twice. That's fine. All right, so let's get out of this one. Let's not save it. So the next type that we have over here. This is actually in Google Docs. And Google Docs already has the template, and usually this one will actually show you the different resumes automatically. Here we have all the different types of resumes. This one is similar to the one that I showed you earlier. These are letter templates. And yeah, you can pick whichever one you want in order to build your resume. So that's pretty much been today's class. My name is Miss Adri, and I am here to teach you some stuff. Don't forget to like, give me a thumbs up, and subscribe to the page. And if you have any questions,